Hello, skateboarders! Welcome to TSM Live Show Season 4, Episode 10. I'm your host, Tommie Zam. This episode's feature skaters, Eran, Ilutovich. I might have said it wrong, but I apologize. And music by Defari, and interview with RODNEY TORRES. You guys ready to get this show started? Let's do this.
Vai più con soffrire la macchina. Oh là là.
Hey, what's up, Eran? How you doing, brother?
What's up? Good, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So I know I probably said your name wrong, but how do you actually say it?
It's a hard name, I know. It's ilutovich. It's a
Okay,
Russian
cool.
name, and it's pretty long.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I had to practice it like 6 times. Like I had it on my phone, like listen to it, like okay, repeat it, repeat it.
But you was so close. It's
I was
good.
that close.
Yeah.
All right. I got 4 stars on that one, right?
4.5. That's for sure.
Well, cool, man. So how's everything going with you?
Well, pretty good. And now I'm working on a new project. It's gonna be out in May. So we're
Okay.
trying to film a lot.
Okay.
And that's it. Just living the life.
I hear that, brother. And let people know where you're at. I mean, you're in Israel, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Israel. Now I'm in Israel, Tel Aviv.
Okay. And was it and was it like skating there?
Well, it's pretty good actually. In the last 10 years, they built a bunch of skate parks here in Israel, and the scene is getting really bigger. And now I think it's like the peak in the scene here. You have a lot of skaters, good skaters that are going abroad, try to win contests. And you have a great scene here. You can skate a lot of street spots that are really good. So it's pretty nice.
Hell
It's
yeah.
a lot different from 10 years ago. That's for sure.
Oh, I mean, because I deal with we've been doing TSM media for 11 years, so I've been working with a lot of Israeli skaters like Ben Slama, Dan, a lot of you guys, and so I mean, I've seen skateboarding has grown in 11 years in Israel. I mean, you guys got it's like to me, it's like a Southern California. You know what I mean? It's like beautiful weather, great skate spots. I mean, you have so many skate parks there. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just in the recent years. And so it's getting really big, and there's a bunch of new skaters and new blood that are really ripped it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice.
That's awesome, man. And how did you get into skateboarding?
The first time I saw someone really skate in front of my eyes, I was 10, and I was at a friend's house, and his uncle gave him his old skateboard, and he showed us heel flip. And I remembered myself seeing it and just amazed, like, how the fuck did you get it up from the ground and flip it in the air? And I was back home, and I was telling my mother, I want skateboard, I want skateboard, I want skateboard. And like 1 week later, they bought me the cheapest skateboards from like a toy shop, and it was a dream come true. And I was just skate from spot to spot in my hometown.
That's awesome.
So it's nice.
And what was your hometown?
I was grow up in Omer. It's a small town near Beer Sheva. It's in the south of Israel. It's like the desert part of Israel. So you get no rain, always hot. So it's perfect for skateboard.
Hey, you look pretty tan, man. So you must
Yeah,
gotta get tan.
the Israeli sun, man.
That's awesome.
You should come here too.
Nah, I definitely want to come out and visit, because I know Ben's always begging me to come out. Not begging me, but he's telling me to come out. And I was going to come out last year, but with COVID and everything, it kind of
fucked up everything.
Yeah, definitely. How's it been out there? Has you guys been locked down a lot, or what?
Well, we used to, when it started on March 20, it was like the first lockdown. And here, you probably know, but here the vaccination process is really like fast. Here I got the third vaccination already, and I'm only like 27 years old. So most of the population got her third vaccination, and you are free to go everywhere almost, but you wear a mask in like closed places. But beside that, you don't really feel it.
Okay. And then, I mean, you guys probably loved it, because, I mean, you can go skate anywhere you want. I mean, everything's shut down out there. Is it still, or is it open?
Now everything is open.
Okay.
When it shut down, it was like the best. You can go anywhere you want. All the clothes, all the like the shops and everything is closed. So all the skate spots was free to skate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But now everything back to normal. You get the traffic, the shops are open, and it's just the same.
That sucks, man. You're probably bummed. You're like, man, we had a vacation for a year, man.
Yeah.
And
but
so
it was nice.
Yeah, definitely. And so, when did you have like skate shops in your hometown, or did you have like anything like that?
Well, in Beer Sheva, where I used to grow up, you don't have any skate shop until now, even though they have a good skate scene and a lot of skaters. My homies from back town, you don't have any skate shop over there, but you have here in Tel Aviv. It's only 1 hour drive, so people can come here to buy everything. So
and what's your shop that you go to out there?
Well, now I'm going to Noise Skate Shop. Those are my sponsors.
Okay.
But you have, here in Tel Aviv, you have 5 different shops, skate shops, and you have another nearby here, like 20, 30 minutes drive to anywhere. Okay. Really anywhere. So you have a lot of skate shop, but they are pretty small.
Okay. And do you
humble scene.
And what's your favorite spot to skate in Israel or Tel Aviv?
Well, now I have a skate spot really near my house. It's 5 minutes by pushing. It's called Golda. And
Golda, that's fun.
You know Golda, yeah.
A lot of footage of that.
I was searching an apartment really nearby Golda. I was trying to be the nearest that I can to this spot. So it's nice. Every Friday, if you go, you will see there 50, maybe 60 skaters, depends on the weather. And beside that, in the middle of the week, it's like changeable.
Yeah. And
nice.
And for the viewers that don't know what Golda is, can you tell them what Golda skate spot is?
Yeah, Golda basically it's the first skate spot that was really famous here in Israel. here in the middle of Tel Aviv. It's just a marble flat ground and 8, 9 marble edges. That's it. That's what you have over there. But it was the first really spots, and these spots like made an evolution. In the start, it will be like 9 marble edges, small edges, and then they shut down this part and they open other part of the spot that was 6 long marble edges, really good. And now the city ruined every ledge except from one. Mm-hmm. So now you're going to Golda at Friday and you will see 60 skaters and they are all skating on one ledge. So it's hard, but it's nice. It's all in the vibe. It's all in the vibe.
So basically what it is, it's kind of like EMB, kind of like back in the day, like out in SF, like it's kind of like that, or, you know, it's kind of like some of the spots in New York or something like that, where, you know, to the viewers, I mean, I've seen footage of the spot and it's beautiful. I mean, it's not really a bust to you guys anymore. I mean, you guys don't get busted there. You guys can skate there.
No, the city are accepting us over there.
Good.
So this is why they shut down like one part of the spot that they want the people walk through without interruptions and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And they build the other part of the spot with 6 marble edges for us. They ask us like, what marble do you want and what height do you want it? But it was back in the days, 10 years ago when I was young.
And now you live 5 minutes from there, so you're like in heaven right now, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And you know, for the viewers, I mean, what's the skateboard scene like in Tel Aviv that you can, you know, explain to them, like, what is it like there? Because I mean, a lot of people think they hear, you know, like, I don't mean to get into politics, but I mean, they hear and they watch like what's going on in Tel Aviv, but I mean, let people don't understand it's more different than where you guys live, right?
Different how?
Like you know, like it's not what you see on TV, you know what I mean, or hear and stuff like that in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. In TV, they are really like make you scared about Israel, but it's pretty chill over here. You got some places in Israel that are like having difficult times with the neighbors, but here in Tel Aviv, you don't really feel it anymore. You don't really feel it much. Yeah. It's a huge city with over 1 million residents, and the skate scene here are growing like each year. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have a bunch of skaters, a lot of spots beside Golda. Golda is the main spot, but you have a bunch of skate spots, and it's nice. Beautiful beaches, beautiful ladies.
Yeah, I seen Ben's photos, man. I'm like, damn, Israel ladies are hot.
Another reason to come here.
Oh, definitely. But I mean, you guys you have a skate park in middle of Tel Aviv too, don't you?
Yeah, the skate park in Tel Aviv is the first like concrete skate park in Israel. Mm-hmm. It's open, I think, 12 years ago, and after that, they build, I think, 15 more here in Israel. Mm-hmm. Just here nearby Tel Aviv, like small towns near Tel Aviv, you got 5 different skate parks, 20 minutes, like whatever you want to drive. And they are good skate parks. And you have a bunch of more if you want to drive even more.
That's awesome.
So Galit is the skate park in Tel Aviv. He's nice, but he's a little rusty, mm-hmm. and he's a bit old. So usually when you go skate, we go outside the city and go to other skate park.
Really good. Right. And what skateboarders or what top 5 skateboarders influence you in skateboarding or influences you the most?
Wow. I think when I was a child, the first skate movie that really like get me into was Caio It's Official, and I really loved Wade Disarmo and Stevie Williams. So those two are like my favorite when I was young.
Oh, okay.
I like their style, I like the baggies, and I like the huge pop, and I just like everything. Really, I love it.
So you like the East Coast more skating style, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
So if you went to New York, you'd be in heaven because you'd be skating all those spots, correct?
Yeah, of course. I really want to be in New York.
Oh,
I
yeah?
will be happy. Yeah. After the COVID,
Yeah.
I might go there and see what's up.
So, I mean, do you feel that it's hard to be sponsored by companies outside of Israel, or do you feel like it's easier?
Well, now that the Instagram and Facebook are getting really big, I think it's easier. You mean easier than get sponsors here in Israel?
Yes.
No. It's easier to get sponsored here in Israel.
Oh, it is? I mean, why is that?
Here in Israel, when you come to, everybody knows everybody, yeah? The scene is a big, but it's not that big. Like, everyone you should know. So after a while, you just pick your favorite skate shop and you buy only from there. And when time goes by, you get discount, and after that, you make it into the crew. I think it's a lot easier because you're here. They can see you not only on the footage, like not only on the video. They can see how you actually skate. So it's different.
That's rad. And so have you traveled outside of Israel to like other places and stuff?
Yeah. I did a couple of skate trips. We've been in Cyprus twice. It was fabulous. And I've been in Greece with my skateboard, and Barcelona, of course, Spain, for 10 days, and Berlin. But every time it was like a week, 10 days top. So it's like a small taste, and that's it. And come back to reality here in Israel.
You're ready to come home, right?
Yeah, I need money.
Awesome. That is, dude. Well, you gave us this video. Tell us about this video we're about to watch.
Well, it's a video. Now we are working on the Zion company, my sponsors. We are working on a project that it's going to be out in May. So we're filming. We're trying to film a lot every week. And because I'm like saving the bangers for that part, so this part is a little bit like a throwaway, but it's not really a throwaway. This is footage I really loved. And that's it.
All right. Well,
Hope you will like it.
Are you ready to premiere it?
Yes.
All right. Let's check out Eran's video, dude. Here he goes.
הסיפור שלי הוא קצת מוזר, בחורה שלא מזמן הכרתי, ואותה אני פוגש בבר כל לילה, והיא הייתה יפה קצת משונה, וגם הכוכבים דולקים על אש קטנה. לבלות, גלונה פארק גלגל ענק לא די לה, למיטה הספקנו לעלות בלילה, והיא הייתה יפה קצת משונה, וגם הכוכבים דולקים על אש קטנה. מזמן הכרתי, ואותה אני פוגש בבר כל לילה, והיא הייתה מזן מוזר מזן, כי את הכסף היא דרשה במזומן.
Dude, that was sick, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Dude, that was a dope ass video, man. So so where's that was that three flat 6 or what was that?
No,
what was
3
that?
flat 4.
Flat
The
4.
Nolly Big Hill? Yeah. 3 flat 4.
Dude, take me back to that spot, man. Like tell me that trick, dude.
It's a perfect spot beside the angry neighbors upstairs. But beside that, it's perfect. Marble from like up the stairs, marble down the stairs. You have plenty of room each way.
Dude, that's so sick, man. That's a sick little spot, man. And like and that's Galda what you guys are skating at with the little white ledges, is that correct?
Yes, exactly. This is the only ledge that remains.
Dude, that's so sick, dude. Congratulations on that little. I can't believe that's your throwaway clip, village, man. That's like way before. That should have been your part, you know?
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Cool. And then before we take off, what do you have coming up? Anything? I know you said about your video you got coming out with Zion. Is there anything else you got coming up?
Well, actually, I'm a student for physical therapy here in the University of Tel Aviv. I'm on my 4th and last year. Mm-hmm. And now I'm trying to make like a short video of how to make skaters really good rehabilitation after injury. Mm-hmm. So now my first project is for sprained ankle, the most common injury in skateboard, and that's it. I'm hoping that it will be helpful for all the skaters here in Israel.
Dude. That's badass, dude. And any shout outs you want to say to anybody?
Shout out to every skater here in Israel, and of course for Zion Skateboards for supporting me for all the way.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude.
And that's it. Everyone out there, just go skate and have fun.
Hell
period.
Yeah.
That's
listen
it.
to them. And then
that's it.
And then where can people find you on? You have a website, YouTube channel, social media?
Well, I have Instagram, of course, but Zion Skateboards have Instagram and like a user on YouTube. We just published our last movie, who was out in April 2020. You should go check it out. Really good project. And the next project in May will be published there as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't wait to see it, dude. And Eran, thank you for coming on, man. And hey, keep on killing it out in Israel, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
This is Snoop Dogg. You know I'm the king of the tailgate. Always grill up a Beyond sausage with Beyond beef, chili sauce, vegan cheese, and that crispy onion strings, man. All on an artisan roll. Go get you a dog and tell them Snoop Dogg sent you.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man?
You'd expect to see Snoop Dogg on the Beyond Meat, huh?
Not on the Beyond Meat, Jones, nah.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Glory to God. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for coming on the show. I know you got things going on and stuff like that, but I want to say thank you for taking time to come on the show and everything.
Nah, thank you guys for having me.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into this. So what got you into hip hop?
We gonna start off like that.
Yeah.
Really, man, DJing, man. I'm a DJ at heart, a true music aficionado, and the rapping and the albums and stuff is more like icing on the cake. I've been DJing since the 7th grade, so That's what really got me in the hip hop. And then start writing rhymes was Eric B. as President. That song made me want to write rhymes.
That's awesome, dude. And I mean DJing, I mean, that must be really, I mean, growing up being a DJ and all that, I mean, you probably met a lot of like upcoming hip hoppers and stuff like that.
Well, you know, I mean, I DJed for the love of it. So I met most of the people rhyming, you know, that I know in the business was through my professional career. But the DJing was just for the love of the music, you know, and not just hip hop. You know, I DJ'd house music, dance hall, the whole gamut, man, R&B and soul, you know, the whole gamut. Like I said, I'm like a real music buff, man, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And like, I'm kind of speechless because I mean, I listened to you forever. I mean, I remember seeing you, hearing your first song from 401 skate video, and it was in the Chaos video, Focus Daily, and that's what got me into, you know, to you. So I was like, dude, this guy's dope as fuck.
Well, I appreciate that, brother.
And that's pretty cool because I mean that's when you first got into, not first, but where you got into the skate scene a little bit. The more skaters got more involved into who you are and stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think skaters knew Bionic. They knew that song. And then People's Choice translated in the skate world as well. So I've always had skate friendly music. You know what I mean? And myself being from Venice, back in the day, I was a member of the Marina Skate Park, which housed Tony Hawk, Steve Alva, Christian Asoy, and guys like that. So, you know, when it comes to Dogtown, like, you know, my whole father's side of the family is from Ghost Town. So skating has always been, you know, somewhat of a culture that I've always known, you know, for a long time. Aside from playing basketball and all the sports I did, you know, where we came up by the beach, you knew how to skate.
Yeah. And were you a good skater yourself?
Not so much. I was all right. You know what I mean? All the tricks and stuff, not so much, you know. But I could skate though. Like I could skate like a long, there used to be like a long riverbank that they had, the water bank. And I could skate those hills, but like pool action and getting major air and doing a bunch of ollies and shit, nah, bruh.
you leave it for the professionals, right?
Yeah, I leave it for the real deal.
And I heard too, I mean, you used to be a school teacher, or are you still a high school teacher? No,
I taught from 94 to 98. Okay. Right before Focus Daily came out. I taught at Inglewood High School, yeah.
And what was that like?
It was wonderful, man. You know, I loved the kids, but I didn't so much like the gig. So if I would have stuck with it, I would have been on an administrative track. You know, probably something like a superintendent by now.
And what did you teach?
I taught world history and geography.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And so that's
10th grade, 11th grade.
So now the kids now know who you are. So they're probably like, whoa, that used to be my high school teacher back in the days.
Well, I mean, you know, they all grown now. So with families and all that. My first year at Inglewood was Paul Pierce's senior year.
Really?
Yeah, man.
What was that? I mean, so now you see Paul Prince now. So, I mean, so you're like, hey, I used to be your teacher. What's going on?
No, Paul Pierce.
Oh,
Paul Pierce.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce. That's
right. The Hall of Famer. The Hall of Famer, Paul Pierce.
That's awesome, dude. So, I mean, you taught him. And
one of the greatest to ever do it out of L.A.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Even though he did wear that ugly ass Celtic green, he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then now you guys got King James. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's good, man. It's already paid off because he brought us a championship already. So, you know, and LeBron is one of the best men in the sport to come along in decades. I mean, his manhood and what he does and what he represents with his blackness is really, really positive. And all of his business endeavors, his entrepreneurship. Yeah, LeBron's a good dude, real good dude.
And he does a lot of stuff for the community too. So I mean, that's from Miami, Cleveland to LA, he does so much for the community, and that's a lot of respect.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And then so we're gonna go back a little bit. So 1998 is when your first album came out, Focus Daily.
99, February of 99.
My bad, 99. Take us back to that. I mean, how did you, when you came out with that? I mean, did you like have like were you like nervous? Were you kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna drop my solo album, boom?
No, I mean, all I ever wanted to do was put a record out and see my name in the record bins on the shelf. So I had accomplished that with Bionic. Then we put out another single, People's Choice, and then Tommie Boy came recruiting me, and then I signed a record deal for Focus Daily with Tommie Boy. And it was to me, it was just like, it wasn't so much nervousness as it was actually, man, walking in the blessings, of God and what he had actually or the steps he had ordered for me, man. And at the time, it was all bonus. It was all bonus points for me. Everything that I got from the rap game in my life was all bonus points, everything.
That's right. And but also too, you worked with some of the best producers, like from DJ Premier, DJ Quick, Dr. Dre, DJ Muggs.
Yes.
Names goes on and on. I mean,
yes, sir.
How'd you get into all that? I mean, how'd you meet all these guys? Like, I mean, especially DJ Premier, one of the best East Coast DJs out there or around the world. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, all of it was on the strength of, who the Father was going to use to be an answer for me, and who he was going to use me to be an answer for. And then the conduit was my crew. So the platform was Liquid. And, when you came through Liquid, people had open ears and people had open eyes and had time to at least hear you out for a minute. And so, myself, the Alcoholics, King T, of course, X to the Z Exhibit, the Lupac, that many people nowadays, they don't even know Lupac was Liquid, but originally Madlib and all those guys were Liquid. So when we came through, producers, they recognized because they knew the crew.
And do you feel like, being on the West Coast, into West Coast hip hop, and then you got East Coast hip hop? Because I remember back in the day, there was always like, oh, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Did you feel like it was a more of a struggle to try to get on the East Coast, or were you guys like, you know what, we're going to make West Coast the best coast,
Well, when it came to the Liquid crew, many people thought we were from the East Coast anyway, because we wasn't making gangster rap and we wasn't making E40 sounding stuff. We weren't making Bay Area sounding stuff. So they thought that we were probably East Coast rooted anyway. So it was really, the goal was really to be heard in the hoods of the West Coast. That was our goal. And then I finally broke through that barrier with Dr. Dre on the Chronic 2001. I was heard in every hood. And then on Exhibit's Restless album, I was heard in I was heard in every hood. So, but my stuff was not. My stuff was heard by backpackers, underground heads, skaters the like, and people like that, But my longing to get into the households of the Black diaspora and the what we call the hood, that didn't come till Dr. Dre. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. And because I mean, being on Dr. Dre's album, that's a high five to that. You know what I mean?
Man, that was a true promotion and blessing that only the Father could do. I had nothing to do with that, man. That's just, the Father used me for a purpose, and to be an answer, a 8-bar answer at the end of a song, man. And boom.
Hey, that's all you needed to get your name out there more,
Hey, all the glory is to God Almighty, my brother. I was just there. Exhibit. He used Exhibit to call me, And then I answered the call. So all you people out there, let me tell you, when the Father calls you, all you got to do is answer. You got to answer. And it's no telling who he'll use. He'll use, Exhibit was my best guy, but God will use anybody. He'll use your enemy to call you for an opportunity.
Yeah.
But you got to be receptive enough to answer. And then it change your life.
And so going to DJ Muggs, what track were you on with DJ Muggs? Like, you did a lot of stuff with him?
No, Muggs and I did a song called True Strength for his, I forget which album of his it was, but yeah, it was a song called True Strength. And then I did a bunch of stuff with Cypress. You know, I got Be Real on my own album on Street Music. And then, you know, Cypress and Liquid have always been brother crews. You know, Soul Assassin, should I say, and Liquid. We've always been a brother, you know, like a fraternity.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I mean, being part of the Liquid crew, I mean, how'd you get involved in that? I mean, I know you guys were all homies and stuff like that, but I mean, how did it officially start us all as one?
Well, it's a trip. Like, I actually wasn't homies with none of them.
Oh, okay.
Because growing up in LA, I didn't know none of those dudes. You know, a lot of those cats are migrants. They're not born and raised here, except for J-Ro and King T. So I didn't know none of them dudes coming up when I came up. But I met E Swift. E Swift and I met on a project for Immortal Records called The Next Chapter. And we did a song, which is my first single, which is called Big Up. And then from there, I was Liquid ever since.
That's awesome, man. I mean, to me, you know, I was more to underground hip hop, you know, and when, you know, I got introduced to Alcoholics, the Lit Crew and all that. And then it was just like, wow, you guys are just killing it, you know, and you kind of like, in my eyes, you kind of way made LA hip hop what it is now, you know?
Oh man, that's a big compliment, man. Thank you.
You know, because I mean, think about it. People Under the Stairs, you know, like names go on and on and on. They all, you know, wouldn't start it without you guys, you know, because you guys like I said, painted the way, the pavement for those guys to come in and take over, not take over, but like keep the LA hip hop going, you know?
Well, Farside kind of led the way. And then the Alcoholics, Farside led the way. And then the Alcoholics, yeah, definitely opened up a lane for the likes of myself, you know, and the likes of Exhibit and the likes of the Dilated Peoples, you know, and groups like that to come through and literally have a career in music with a voice that was not gangster, not weirdo either, but more so what would be perceived as traditionally underground hip hop from the East Coast. You know?
And you guys killed it. I mean, you guys are still killing it. Because I mean,
well, I got a new album out. Yeah. Los Amsterdam is the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And
that's a good album.
Go ahead.
That's a good album. Definitely is. And you know, and you have a song from that album that we're gonna be playing here. Tell us about that. Double Down?
Yeah. The Double Down is the album is produced by Kid Sublime he's from Amsterdam. So you get it, Los Amsterdam. I'm from LA, he's from Amsterdam, pretty simple. And that's the team. I do a lot of team stuff, like my last EP, Natty Natty, produced by Heather Gray from Utah. You know, I'll have one producer produce the whole album. Rare Poise, the whole album was produced by Evidence, because I like to give my fans a unique, consistent sound for the whole album, a thematic sound for the whole record. You know what I mean? And I think really the only way to do that is to have one producer, i.e. Primo for Guru, or, you know, i.e. Dre for Snoopy, you know, or Just Blaze for Jigga. The whole album will have a certain sound to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Double Down is one of the bangers off of there. We also got One Day at a Time is one of the bangers off of there. I know. Yeah. I know a brother like Preem. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. And I know a brother like Preem. He loves Discernment So it's a great ride. It's an 8-song ride. It's pretty brief, but it's a real power packed ride, and we getting so much good reviews and good compliments from the Los Amsterdam.
Well, congratulations, dude. That's definitely.
Thank you,
ready,
man.
You ready to play the track?
Yeah, let's do it.
Across the 7 seas, I reached out to Kid Sublime from the West Coast. Yes, coast. My name's Defari. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Apply pressure, bust pipe, shit change. I spit with fire and desire, Tina, Rick James. Above 6 frame, used to have sick game. Take a nigga baseline and 2-hand dunk for game. I rock the CIF, LA born hooper shit. I used to always love to watch Michael Cooper get a lot from Magic. The form was called Fantastic. Champion pedigree, we've always had it. I flow bombastic, wake up tombs and caskets. Over 1,000 rhymes and still haven't mastered the wordplay, how the nouns and verbs play. I guess I'm inspired by how the herbs play. Roll up, now hold up, roll up. My rhymes are zapped, so rough, so tough. A metaphor for now and forevermore. A gift that keeps on giving, water that's poured. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Never did I ever think I'd see the whole world take a knee for me. God's on the MOVE. Time to change world, rebuke all bigotry. Time to disinfect racism, facism. What you drive, where you live, on what escapism. It's all hate-isms. Meanwhile they made prisons for dudes who look like me. There's no escapism. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them. Back down on them, not crack down on them. Nothing's gonna change unless we change. Double down on them.
Dude, that was a dope track, man. I liked it, man.
Thank you, brother.
The beat on that thing was amazing. I hope one day, I hope soon you drop the instrumental of this album, dude. Because if you have not downloaded this or got this album, you have to, because the lyrics are amazing, but the beats, oh my God, they're so on point, dude.
Yeah, and this album I mixed, mastered, and recorded it myself. So, it's a slapper.
Yeah, it's definitely good, dude. That's just something that you just, to me, is just, you're just driving down the road and you just have your windows down and you're just blaring the music and just cruising down the street. That's what I get.
Yeah, you could just press play. Yeah, you just press play, roll the windows down, and turn the volume up. Those are the 3 steps. Press play. There we are. Press play, roll the windows down, turn the volume up. Wow.
There we go. And before, a couple questions before we move on. So with, you've been in the game for so long and seeing how No, I'm not saying you're old. I mean,
That's all right.
You live about
No, that's a
35
blessing. No, that's a blessing, my brother. It's just funny to hear it.
and seeing how hip hop has changed from the 80s to 90s and then 2000s and I don't even honestly, it's kind of just different. You know what I mean? It's not how I grew up or how you grew up or how Rodney grew up, how hip hop is now.
And nor should it be.
Yeah.
And nor should it be, because music is an evolving thing. Mm-hmm. Music is a spirit, the spirit of music, and it's proceeding, which means it's right now, not yesterday. It's now. You know what I'm saying? So it should be different from 88. It should be different from 98. It should be different from 2008 and 2018. It should be different. You know what I mean? And I trip off of colleagues of mine or homies who are always barking and hung up in the past. Mm-hmm. And that's cool. It's always cool to like your era of music and all that. But I'm in the proceeding. You know, I'm thankful for today because yesterday can't bless me. And then tomorrow's not promised. So I thank God for his holy breath and his renewed mercies right now, today. You know what I'm saying? So I got my ears to the street of the new stuff. I already know all the old stuff. So I'm with it. I'm with supporting hip hop, period. You know, there's no telling where to go to. You know what I mean? It might be all space sounds and no beats for all we know, you know, but I doubt it because hip hop is based in the drums. But that's just me being facetious. But I'm always support it. I'm always support the art form, always.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And because I mean, I talk to a lot of people and you know, I hear different things. Like some like, oh, I don't like this new way of
right.
I don't like this new way of hip hop or whatever it is, or trap music or whatever.
Right.
You know, and so I talked to a lot of people, and so I just wanted to get see what you thought about it. You know, that's pretty awesome.
You're not gonna hear no grumblings from me, my brother, because the spirit of grumblings, the Father don't like that, and we all do it. We all complain, all of us. We can't run from it. So I try to minimize how much I do it. You know what I mean? And I'm conscious of it. And the spirit of grumblings, man, nah, that's not me, my brother. No, sir. No, sir. I like the trap music. I like the boom bap. You know, I like some of the weirdo stuff I like. You know, if it sounds good and it got some lyrics that I can roll with, I'm in.
Hey, as long as sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, brother.
As long as you get to drive down the road, like your three things: push play, drive down the road, and roll down the windows.
You got it, man. I mean, as long as I can enjoy the song, that's all I care about.
Yeah,
I'm not caught up in if Drake is singing or rapping. Drake is dope, period. To me, he's dope, period, and I like it. And that's it. That's all that matters, man. That's it.
That's awesome, man. And one more question. Lyrics. How do you come up with your lyrics? I mean, do you have to you sit there and you brainstorm and write everything down, or do you have you just sit, one word and you just put the word together and stuff like that, or what?
That's a phenomenal question. It's different. It's really a lot of times, most of the time, the beat connotates a certain spirit in my lyrical prowess. But a lot of times I may have written something that's just in my mind. And it's, of course, it's all my lyrics are in my drafts, in my Gmail. That's where all my lyrics be. And then I'll find a beat for that verse. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, the music elicits my lyrical spirit. It's always the music. And if it's melodious, if there's melody, does the music make me want to cry out? You know what I'm saying? Does it make me want to give you something full of pain? Does it make me want to be triumphant? Does it make me want to give you joyous? it's what the melody connotates. It's always the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. It's a spiritual thing, man. For any artist who's doing this mathematically, scientifically, it's absent of spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's absent of spirit. Spirit is what we can't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm in the spirit of music. You know, I'm in the spirit of music, which is probably why if you listen to, say, Natty Natty, my last EP, a lot of stuff I make can be theme songs for your lives out there, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a song for you that's a theme song to your life. I guarantee you. And to me, that's way more important than being the dopest rhymer.
Yeah.
You know, or the dopest battle rapper or whatever. And I love all that too. I love that element of hip hop. But I'm out to make theme music for people's lives. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
That's awesome. And did you used to battle back in the day? I mean, did you used to like go to battles?
I mean, I have battled, but I was never a big battle rapper. And the stuff these guys do nowadays is just, I mean, come on, man. Yeah. Like the what it's become, the whole Olympics of battle rapping and all that, it's incredible. Mm-hmm. You know how I see cats shred up each other. You know, it's incredible. It's also funny, but the sport that it's become is truly incredible. Yeah. It was never like that when we was coming up in the cipher, rhyming with each other. It was never like that, like how it is today.
That's awesome. I mean, it's true. I mean, 'cause you guys, you know, like, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just true. You know, definitely is. And
I saw the 619. So you guys in San Diego?
Yeah. Yeah,
man. That's what's up. You know, I got a bunch of people in the Salty D. You know what I'm saying? What's up to all my brothers in Lincoln Park? What's up? Yeah, it's your boy Defari. What's really good?
Definitely. And then one last thing, what can you tell the upcoming musicians, DJs, whatever? What's the best thing you can tell these people that are coming up?
If you don't love it, don't do it. Mm-hmm. If you don't love it, don't do it. That's the most important thing. 2, do you. It don't matter what your homies say. Or if your girlfriends are checking for your music, do you. Creatively, do you. Do you. Something unique. We all borrow. Everybody has borrowed since the beginning of time. Mm-hmm. So that means what? There's always been biters. That means since day one, there's been biters. You feel me? So don't trip off of that. But if you are going to bite, which you're going to borrow. I borrowed. We've all borrowed. Stevie Wonder borrowed, you know, from those before him. But take it and do something else with it. Take it. Call on the spirit and do something else with it. And do something productive, brothers and sisters. If you're going to be making music, don't be making songs talking about running out here shooting up everybody, you know, and flooding the neighborhood with poison and all that. Do something constructive. Do something meaningful. You know, if you got true stories to tell them by all means. But I pray that your foundation is a positive and uplifting foundation to restore your listener, you know, to give that listener, man, I've had listeners literally on the edge, bro. Really? About to slit a wrist, about to jump. And they told me my song got them off the ledge. I don't care about a Grammy. Mm-hmm. That's my Grammy. That's the best anything I could ever get from music is for a fan to tell me a song of mine saved their life. You feel me?
That's touching, man.
That I can never ask for. That is the best gift of God when a fan has told me that.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That my song has saved their life.
That's right.
That's it, man. That's it. I don't care if I sold one record, if I sold thousands of records. Focus Daily is a top 50 album in Europe of all time for hip hop, according to Juice Magazine. I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a song that helped a young person, helped a young man, young woman, man, that's it, man. That's the best present I could get from my music. That's it. Because let me tell you, the music ain't for me, you guys. I never did it for me. I didn't do it for me. I've been vain. I'm not going to deny my vanity. You're a rapper. It's the most vain music you can do. I mean, let's be honest, you guys. The Isley Brothers never dissed Marvin Gaye, or the Isley Brothers never dissed the OJs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers never dissed Jane's Addiction.
No.
You know what I mean? Rap is the only music that does that bullshit. You know? So this sense of bravado, this sense of vanity. But let me tell you guys, if it's not for you, then my music is nothing. It's the people who choose, period. Period. I don't choose nothing. I do it and I give it to you, hoping you choose it. Period.
Yeah.
Period. And so that's why the Father has blessed me to be able to do 12 albums. You guys go to my catalog, any streaming platform you want, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you on, Tidal, whatever you on, you'll see Defari's records.
And
I kept doing, yeah, because I work in a whole nother career professionally. You know, I keep a foot in the game, not for me. I keep a foot in the game because I'm lyrically better than I've ever been. And two, I just got so much music that I want my core fans to have. I want them to have it in abundance. Because I don't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't care about no gold chain. I've had those. I don't care about none of this. The newest car, the sports cars, whatever earthly treasures, I do not care. You know, I care about the legacy of my music, the legacy of my sound. That's going to live on. When my flesh goes to the grave, those songs are going to live on, and they'll be able to help somebody 5 generations from now. You know, so that's the power of the music, you guys. That's the gift of music.
Yeah.
And that's where I would like to see every artist mentally in that mental space and that spirit space be. You know?
Yeah. That's touching, man. I mean, it's true. You know what I mean? Like your music, you know, like I said, not just skateboarding and whatever. I mean, it touches a lot of people, you know, and that's why I feel strong about music. It's just, it's for everybody, not for everybody, but certain types of music is for certain people and touches certain people.
You're right. No, you nailed it. You're absolutely right. You can leave it at that. It is for everybody. Mm-hmm. Music is for everybody, man.
Yeah.
That's why if we gonna have a conversation about who's dope and who's not, he's whack, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
It's a taster's choice, brother. It's Baskin Robbins. Baskin Robbins. Yeah, the ice cream parlor, y'all, where you could select like from 31 different flavors. That's what music is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like the vanilla, I might like the Rocky Road. She like the strawberry, she might like the peach. Yeah. Hey, it's all good.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. It's all ice cream.
Hey man, thank you so much, man. You're amazing, dude. Like,
thank you.
There's a couple times I got a little starstruck because I mean, you're a legend in my books. You know what I mean? Like maybe not.
Man, you blessing me. You blessed me with that, my brother. You blessed me with that.
Are you blushing over there? Is I see blush on your face?
No blushing. You blessed me. You blessed me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You blessed me with that.
Well, you got me blushing now, man. Well, look, man. Where can people find your newest album, Lost Amsterdam? Where can they find it at?
Los Amsterdam is available everywhere on all your favorite streaming platforms. Wherever you go to get your music, it's there. Defari, Los Amsterdam.
And do you have a website that people go to, social media, anything like that?
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram at Mr_Defari. Just look for the locks. Look for my logo. It'll be a white circle with a head of locks in it.
Okay. And you still got the locks?
Oh yeah, my locks is long now, brother. Glory to God.
It goes down, right?
Yeah, they long now, but like I said, these aren't even mine that are on my head. They're his. Okay. You know, my head is dedicated to him, so in a covenant. So these locks are his. They're just on my head.
Well, Defari, thank you so much for coming on, man, and thank you for blessing your knowledge and telling everybody about music and stuff like that. And thank you for what you have done for hip hop and mad respect, brother.
Man, thank you for giving me a platform today on this blessed Sunday to be light. And I just really appreciate you guys. All the skaters, you already know what it is, baby. Keep wrecking shop. Keep thrashing. You already know what it is. Do not stop. One broken bone? Nope. Two broken bones? Nope. A sprained ankle like the brother from Israel was talking about? No. Keep going. Go, skaters, go. Go, skaters, go.
Thank you so much, man. And hey, tune in because coming up is RODNEY TORRES. You ready for this?
Bless up.
What's up, Rodney?
What up? How you doing?
Good. I got a little nervous there. You know, I was sweating. You know, interviewing Defari, man. I was like, damn.
Dude, let me just say this. Eran from Israel, his skating is sick. The like nollie back heel over the double set and the nollie big heel was. If that's his throwaway footage, I can't wait to see his next part. Dude, riff, and it got me like psyched to want to go out there and check it out.
Well, let me know.
And Defari, dude, yeah. I know you said he was a teacher. I was watching everyone's interview, and like he mentioned he was, or you mentioned he was a teacher. Dude, he's educating people with his music, bro. That last track that double down track was sick. He has like that classic style too, which is like I can relate to, you know. So.
Oh yeah, it brings back that '90s style to it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's sick. I was like really hyped to learn about these guys and like, you know, see just a little bit of what they have to offer. And like, I mean, man, I wish I would have known. I would have probably conjured up something to submit because I had no idea. But I'm still grateful to be here. Thank you.
No, I'm stoked you're on here, man. And if you're ever in Israel, let me know, and I'll hook you up with the right people, and they'll take you around. I'll hook you up with Eran or Ben, who's his photographer, filmer.
Okay.
Because I mean, they don't. It's crazy because I tell a lot of people, you know, like, hey, you got to go to Israel. There's so much good skating out there. I mean, it's such it's an untouched. Yeah,
all the spots look so good. Like, I don't know. I was just like hyped watching that little clip.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Well, all right. Well, you ready to get into this?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, cool. And tell the audience. Some people might know who you are, and some might not. Tell them a little bit briefly about you.
Okay. My name's Rodney Torres. I am from Queens, New York. Born and raised in Queens, New York. I started skateboarding when I was about 11 years old, but I always seemed to have a skateboard growing up. You know, I had like from the little like old school wooden board with the skates to like, you know, the like ninja boards, we called them. They had like dragon graphics or Bruce Lee graphics. Till finally like running into a kid in my neighborhood, like, and seeing him ollie up the curb. That's when I finally got sparked. I like ran up to him, stopped him, and asked him how he did that. And he taught me how to do it, and I figured it out that day. And then I was hooked after that. Like, kind of begged my parents to buy me a board, and I don't know. The rest was kind of history. I've just been skating ever since. You know.
That's awesome, man. And do you remember your first real pro board?
My first real pro board, yeah, I think it was a Vision Lucero, I think.
Ooh, I remember that.
And
one.
I had Gullwing trucks, Toxic wheels.
Street Shadows?
Yeah, I think so. I can't recall. It was so long. It was a while ago. Like I started when I was 11, and you know, like I mentioned, offline. I have a birthday coming up on Wednesday, so I'm gonna be 43.
No way.
So yeah,
dude, you guys only like Aaron's be 28. And I'm like, dude, you look like 21. You're all built up and shit, dude. I'm like, what the hell? You're about to be 43. You don't even look like it, dude. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a relaxing day with my family and just chilling.
Well, happy Scorpio month, dude.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
we out here.
Definitely.
Scorpio season, you know.
Your Instagram, like Scorpio season, celebrate.
Yeah. Oh, got to be proud of all that, you know.
Got Ken Russell saying, "What up, Rodney?"
Oh, what up, Ken? That's my guy right there. I know you're holding it down to San Diego, but Ken's been holding it down for a minute. He's the guy out there. Yeah. I used to I rode for Osiris back in the days, and it was all due to Ken.
Oh, really? So tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I was on Rhythm skateboards, thanks to Felix Arguelles. Mm-hmm. And while I was riding for them, I was riding for a shoe brand called Nice Skate Shoes, or NSS. Mm-hmm. And I guess during that time, Osiris is kind of like structuring their team or restructuring their team. And Ken gave me a call. He was riding for Planet Earth. And that's how I initially got to know him. And he hit me up letting me know that, you know, Osiris is kind of, you know, they wanted to add some new amps, and I was one of the guys they had in mind. And I was 100% down. So we made the move at that moment.
And that was a good move too. I mean,
yeah, it was great. I felt good being a part of it. Like, because all those guys were like, I would fly out to San Diego and just, you know, hang out with like Dave Mayhew and Canton and people like that. And like, it was just always good energy, good vibes, good people. And I felt like grateful that they were supporting me for doing, you know, what we all love to do, right? Just to skate and all that. So yeah, for me, it was a good run being a part of that brand at that time.
No, definitely. And going from New York to San Diego, I mean, it must have been a big culture difference to you, right? Because I mean, yeah,
it was a little more laid back out there. Like out here, you know, you're constantly in the rat race, and like out there, it was just more laid back. I remember hanging out at the beach a lot, just like everyone's just kind of kicking it, whatever, like real mellow. Shout out to B House. Ken might know who that is if he's watching still.
Yeah.
He worked at Osiris and whatnot, but that dude's like, I remember hanging out with him specifically. I don't know why at the beach, but that's mainly what we did. Like we just kind of hung out, got food, went to the beach, whatever. Oh, let's go skate today. All right, yeah, let's do that. You know, it was just real casual, mellow.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we do. You know, we're like, oh, let's go skate. Yeah, let's go down the beach. Let's go grab a burrito. Let's just
let's go cruise around. Right. So it was like super. It was super mellow, but it wasn't bad though. Like I appreciated it, like I said. So it was just different from what I'm used to. You know.
Yeah.
Out here, everyone's like going out trying to do it, trying to get it, whatever. Everyone's in the rat race here for one reason or another. So. It just was a little different than what I'm used to, but you know, times have changed. So
it was like a mini vacation for you, right?
Yeah. It was cool though. Like the guys at Osiris looked out. Like they would fly me and my girlfriend at the time. They would fly us out, and we'd like just hang out and stuff. Yeah, it was cool. Like I appreciated those little, the little things like that. It was cool.
Yeah.
And everyone I met, like Canton and Dave Mayhew, who I mentioned, I'm still like friends with and in contact with to this day. So
yeah,
cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I remember first time seeing you shred was back in I think it was 1996 and 4-in-1 14 Wheels of Fortune.
Oh yeah. That was like that
was the intro of you, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I had clips in other like 4-in-1 videos and like some shop video I wrote for here in New York prior to that. But that was like, I mean, that's some footage that accumulated into a part. Like we weren't even like working on that. It was just, I was out skating. I was hungry to get clips and like meeting with like RBU Molly and people like that. And just, we and Anthony Claraval as well. We just kind of like accumulated enough stuff to the point where RB was like, hey, we're going to do a Wheels of Fortune part. And I was like, all right, cool. And that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, just being young and like hungry to just be out there skating, Yeah.
And I mean, were you like stoked when it first came out?
Oh, hell yeah. I was real psyched because I got to pick the music. Like I was like I'm still into Mobb Deep and all that, but like just having that pride from being from Queens, and like being asked what I want to skate to and me choosing that Give Up the Good song and that actually being in that little part, I was psyched,
Hell yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's cool. Like there's a lot of pride in repping where you're from out here, Like everyone's always like, if you're from Brooklyn, you're like hard on repping Brooklyn, and Queens and Manhattan, etc. The Bronx, whatever. Like, so yeah, I was real proud of that just because it was like you said, the first main thing.
Yeah, because I mean I remember that video. I mean, your Wheels of Fortune, it was fucking sick, dude. I mean, you skated a lot at Flushing Meadows Park, and some of that part too, right?
At Flushing Meadows, I don't think so. That it was more like in the city.
More city, Brooklyn Banks and stuff.
Yeah, like at the Banks, like I had a nollie backside flip over the wall at the Banks, and just mainly like the downtown area. But there was a short like stint where I was in San Francisco. I traveled out there with this other Rodney that I grew up skating with. His name is Rodney Cooper. Okay. He rode for 6040, Mark Gonzalez's skateboard company at the time. And we both kind of like just went out to SF and skated. And I met up with Anthony Claraval and I got some clips while I was out there. And that was also in the Wheels. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then do you think like going from New York, skating New York, growing up in New York, skating with, a lot of good people and coming to California, do you think that kind of helped you get more and more into the skate industry and stuff like that? Or do you think more New York helped you out more?
I think it was just more, honestly, I think it was all of it combined. It was more just like my love for skateboarding. Like I love skateboarding to this day. I still go skate to this day. And it's always been primarily for the love of it, right? Like just something that I got hooked to at a young age, and because I was such a skate rat, like to this day, I was just able to like push myself, and I had a good crew of people that we all pushed each other. Rodney Cooper was like one of the guys that we became this little dynamic duo initially, just like out in Manhattan and in Queens, just skating, and around a lot of the right people, filmers, whatnot. So we were able to get some footage and some submissions into like 401s and stuff like that, know. But I think I would say it's a combination of all of it, like just being passionate about skateboarding and being around really good people, because that obviously pushes you, motivates you to kind of like push your, step it up, I guess you could say. And and then going out west to San Francisco and then later on to San Diego and LA, and just seeing like the level, even like kids that weren't sponsored or aren't sponsored and stuff like that were just like so damn good that it was just a big eye opener that like you just gotta keep pushing, really. But it was it's all passion driven.
Yeah, definitely. And I grew up in Florida, and so I mean we didn't have the best skate spots, and we have gnarly roads and stuff like that. And
what about Badlands in Orlando?
Badlands was sick, dude. I remember Badlands.
Yeah, I skated there once.
Yeah, that's a cool, and Kona and stuff like that. So we had that, but I mean, to skate street, it was gnarly, and then coming from the East Coast, the streets are gnarly. But when you go to the West Coast, it's like golden curbs and best land, like that. So it probably took you a while to get used to that, right? Or did you like?
Well, it wasn't really like getting used to it. It was just like it was more of a understanding of things, like how exactly what you just said. It was just understanding how much harder it is here, but appreciating that, you know what I mean? Appreciating that, like being from New York, that nothing's really perfect. Most of the streets are rough. Just being from the East Coast in general, due to like, not that it's bad construction or anything like that, it's just winter and time, like the seasons kind of just put a lot on, the spots and stuff. And we just have to kind of try to adapt to our surroundings. It's not always easy either. Everything's like a lot more challenging, but I'm not trying to discredit at all the West Coast, because it doesn't matter what the spot is. What it matters, like what you do, right? Like how you step up to the spot, because you could go to the most perfect, I don't know, 10 stair, whatever. And it's like, if you ain't got nothing for it, you ain't got nothing for it. It doesn't matter if it like, if it's smoother, it's a little easier, right? Or it could be, the idea of stepping to it might be a little easier, but at the end of the day, it's like you still have to push yourself. You still have to challenge, take on the challenge, right? So it was just, but that was more the lesson. It was just more of an appreciation, like, oh wow, like okay, I see the difference, but I still gotta try to go for it.
And then you head back to New York. You're like, damn it, man, I missed those.
That's happened. But a lot of the spots that I like try to skate, even to this day, like they're not perfect. Like out here, like you would think I would have gotten maybe spoiled from being out west, like in the smooth spots and all that. But like a lot of the street spots that I come to while I'm here, like I don't know, like they're still super hard to skate, and like they're all a challenge. And I'll eventually get what I'm trying sooner than later.
Definitely. And then and growing up in New York, I mean, you probably have a lot of skaters that influence you in your skateboarding. Do you have the top 5?
Yeah, I mean, a top 5, damn, that's
a tough one, right?
That's a tough one, because like the generation that I grew up looking up to, I mean, those dudes were like, I mean, I would say they were some of the elite guys, like I mean,
like Harold Hunter, Keenan Milton.
Well, Harold was a big influence on me because of his like energy and his vibe, and it was just like always positive, always fun, always like, it was like a very like attractive energy that he brought to like any session, or just like even if you're just hanging out, or even if you just cross paths with him, It was just like, that was a big influence on me. Like, I appreciated that so much about him. And like, when it was just one-on-one conversation, it was always super, like, I don't know, it was inspiring for me, because it was always positive. It was always like, he always had a positive outlook on things, even if things were negative. He always like knew how to redirect it into a more positive like viewpoint. So I appreciate, that's why he like, you know, and of course he was fucking Harold Hunter, a good skateboarder, like he ripped, but I think more just those kind of conversations and times we spent were like talking, those are why he would be in like my top 5. But then there are people that I looked at like superheroes, you know, and that was like, I mean, there's so many, like Jeff Pang, Ryan Hickey, Keith Huffnagel, Peter Beasy, I mean, Keenan Milton. The list just goes on and on. Like like from that generation that I grew up kind of looking up to, you know. So yeah, I can't even really say a top 5. Like there's like, and then that evolved into like looking up to them, to kind of befriending them and just being in the mix with them, to the guys that I, you know, the crews that were evolving that I was around skating with all the time, that pushed each other, you know. And that was like, man, this is one guy, Keith Harrison, that I was like, I mean, we're still friends and all that to this day, but I was like a fan of this guy. I was like, yo, this guy's the best. And you know, just life, whatever, changes things, gets in the way. So he went in other directions, like in skate with, you know, away from skateboarding, but he was like one of the best dudes. And then there was like Gio Moya, Airto Jackson, Mike Wright, Andy Batista. I mean, I don't know, the list goes on and on. I can like, this whole interview could be name dropping of people that I looked up to, you know, skateboarding, but you know, I'll just leave it at that.
You don't want to forget anybody, because you know they're going to hit you up. Yo, you didn't mention my name.
Yeah, you didn't mention my name in this. What's going on? But there were just so many people that, like, you know, it's hard to boil it down to 5 people.
Kent Russell just left you a message. He said, "Is it cool to still see the OGs like B-Turn coming through NYC skate spots?"
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
Did you see Brandon on his trip out last month?
I ran into Brandon at Harold Hunter Day at the LES skate park. It was a big, you know, every year the Harold Hunter Foundation, you know, gets a bunch of sponsors together and the community together, and the sponsors bring their riders, and like it turns into this big thing with little contests throughout the day and product tosses and whatnot. And I guess Brandon was in town doing something with Jankum and Brandon Novak, and I mean, I didn't know about it. I ran into all those guys at the LES park, but it was like, I was so hyped to see it. We were both hyped to see each other, that we like gave each other a big pound, a big hug. It's so good to see you. But we didn't know what the hell to say after that. It was just like constantly, it was so good to see you, just over and over again. But then he mentioned he skated the courthouse, and he told me what he was trying. In my book, he did it. You know, like I saw the clips later on, and like how he didn't, you know, fully make the drop off, but in my book, he made it. That spot is not easy to skate, and that trick to land into that bank riding fakie,
that's gnarly.
Oh man, yeah, super gnarly. But Brandon's always been super gnarly, super good at skating and all that. So, but yeah, Ken, it was rad to see him. I want to see you next out here.
You hear that, Kenton? You gotta come to NY, dude.
Yeah.
And then your favorite spot is Flushing Meadows Park. Why is that? Or one of your favorite spots? I
mean, I think, I mean, there's been a lot. I mean, New York's constantly changing, right? So there's been a bunch of spots that have popped up over the years, like new spots, new buildings or plazas, etc., or new skate parks and whatnot. But Flushing is always been there. And when I started skating, it's when it first got the first evolution, I guess you could say, of Flushing Meadows. Like it just got remodeled, so it turned into like this beautiful marble plaza. Because when I started skating, it was at Flushing Meadows, and it was just gravel. Everything. I mean, the globe was always there from the World's Fairs, but there was no marble ground. It was just all rocks and gravel, and just, you know, it was just like worn out, I guess, from no one taking care of the park.
Yeah.
But right when I started skating, it's when that like changed. So to me, it's just always been like the best spot here in New York. And it's also convenient because I live a few blocks away. Like I grew up in this area, and it's literally like my backyard. I could just go there and skate.
It's like Eran. It's like Eran skating at Golda. You know, it's in his 5
minutes. Yeah. And it's just a fun spot. And then we had the skate park built there in 2010. The Maloof brothers put together, you know, funded the build, and it was a permanent installation. So the park has just been there for like 11 years now.
Yeah.
And it's every few years it's been like, you know, they do little touch-ups and whatnot. And then recently we had it like the lower level redesigned. So that created more of a flow in the park. And now it's just like, I mean, it's now you have your options. Now it's like, okay, you can skate the globe and film your like street tricks, but before that or after that, you can like have fun at the skate park. You know, you can warm up at the park and then skate the globe, or vice versa, try to work on your trick. And then if you want to just have fun, you can stay at the globe, or you can just skate over to the skate park and like have, you know. It's like I don't ever really have to leave here to go to like the city to, I don't know, get kicked out of everywhere, or go to the LES skate park. I don't really have to do that, but I mean, obviously I do, but it's just convenient for me, you know?
No, definitely. I mean, it's great to have your own like skate spot / skate park in your backyard where you can just wake up and you're like, I got my coffee, I'm gonna go skate.
Exactly.
You know, I'm done.
I was like I was practically born there, you know. I'm serious. Like my dad used to, before I was born, my dad used to play soccer in the soccer fields, and my mom would be there pregnant with me, just kind of hanging out. Yeah, like there's a photo of my mom pregnant with me at the Globe. Like it's just her standing there, like her belly and whatnot. You know,
She's like, Ronnie, you're gonna become a skateboarder. It's gonna be your spot right here. You're gonna come here and skate every day. That's what she was telling me.
I mean, I think my dad wanted me to be a soccer player, but I went in a different direction, because he kind of had that life. He you know, he had like some teams he was a part of locally, but he also got some coverage and whatnot. Like he kind of had that life, you know. I've seen him in photos of him in magazines and, you know, soccer magazines and whatnot. So like I think he was like hoping that that's the direction I would go in. But
but he saw you see you in videos and magazines and that too, right?
No, don't get me wrong. My family was they were proud when they saw that I was like, you know, popping up in magazines and videos, making a little money, traveling and stuff like that. It, you know, but they didn't understand it. So it turned into like, how's work going? And I'm like, work, this is like what I've been doing, you know, this is fun, you know? But they definitely were proud and like respected it and all that. But I just know, like, because my dad to this day plays soccer, like with his friends on the weekends. So I know that like a part of him, you know, probably wanted me to be that guy, to be with, you know?
And you rode for some good companies like Screw, Rhythms, York, Infamous, Arcade, Official Skateboards, and now you have your own board company, Torres Skateboard. Tell us about that.
Well, my brand I started in 2012. It's been like, the reason to start it was to create kind of just a positive platform to kind of help out kids locally here, you know, just give them like an opportunity to learn and grow and have those experiences as skateboarders, sponsored skateboarders. But it's slowly been like evolving into something that I've always wanted it to be, where it's like we can focus more on like our heritage and like incorporate New York City to that, you know, like because everyone that rides for me is from here, but we all have like just like Latin American heritage, right? So I just thought it was something that it's like I just always felt like this is a component that is important and needed in skateboarding, and the fact that like now the Olympics come into play where it's like you're representing your countries and whatnot. So I just think that's what Toro has been evolving into. But the reason initially just started was to create like a positive platform for kids here in the local New York community. I just thought it was something that was needed, you know. Like there's so many good kids here, like unbelievably good. It's like when I went to Cali and I was talking about like being out west and seeing like the local kids there was just the ability was just next level.
Yeah.
And they didn't have sponsors, they didn't have like opportunity, they didn't have anybody really to kind of give them that shot, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like, I guess, figure that out, you could say.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing the right thing. I mean, I see your stuff, and I mean, some of that might sound, but most of the kids that you have on your team is like killers, dude.
Yeah. Like we have Leo Heiner and Dennis Miron, who are like the two pros on the team. They've both been on since the beginning, and like just seeing them progress as skaters and like as people, you know, that's something that I'm like proud of, because it's like they've evolved to a point where they understand like what it all is, right?
Yeah.
And like they're contributing back to this idea, this platform. So I just think it's like it's gotten to the point where it's like one hand washes the other. You know, we're all working together to do this, and it's something that I really am proud of and appreciate. You know, and I'm glad that I've been the guy to help them out since, you know, it's going on 10 years. In April, it's going to be 10 years.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you. So yeah, you know, that loyalty goes a long way. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then we got some other guys too, like we have Gian Moreno and we have Benny Guerra. Benny Guerra is awesome because he's an OG, like triple OG, like the kids say, right? He's someone that I like. He's old. He's 49 years old.
Oh, wow.
The dude is amazing. I'm a big fan. He just like has the classic style, rides the old school boards, you know, like he comes from that like mosh pit punk rock like era. Dominican cat, and he's like just so raw, like his skating, and he rips. And I'm like, I'm not gonna allow age to be like a factor in supporting anyone with what they're passionate about. You know what I mean? If I can do that, I will. You know, and like this dude is just sick with it. I mean, if you go through our Instagram, you'll see like what everyone's about, you know, as far as ability. But he has like, he's an artist, he's a teacher, he's a mechanic, he's like a jack of all trades, but he's mastered all of them. He's not master of none. He's master of all of them. Yeah, everything. Which is why I'm like such a fan of this guy. You know, good friend and just like good dude and just rips at skating. So I don't know. We all working together and we're all doing our thing. Just trying to, you know, we're all doing our thing for this one thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And then a couple more questions. Where can people find your brand at? I mean, there's a website, social media,
we
YouTube.
have our website, our social media, and our YouTube is all Toro with 2 R's NYC, and you'll find it. Yeah, and you'll see like the products we offer, the team, and what they got going on, events we've sponsored and stuff like that. So yeah, you'll see what we're about.
Definitely. And shops can find you, DM you and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah. That's kind of how it's been. Like we have like some distributors and some shops locally, and like everyone's reached out to us via Instagram. It's been pretty interesting, but yeah, that's where they can find us. If you want to get a hold of us, you can DM us. It's me. I'm the one responding to everybody. I wear every single hat there is.
I'll raise my hand on that.
Yeah, except for the art. Like conceptually, I'm in that. I mean, I'm a part of that, but like when it comes to actually putting together the artwork, I've done a lot of collaborations with amazing artists. Trav Rock, if you look him up on Instagram, Trav Rock One. I've done a few series with him. They're all amazing. He's such a great artist. Same with Scam 2. He's an old friend of mine that rips at skating and music and whatnot. He's just multi-talented guy. He's done a few series for us. We're actually putting out a new one soon with him.
Okay.
And Ray Wong, who's a buddy of mine that I grew up skating with, who helped me from the beginning with graphics and stuff. He's a designer and an amazing skateboarder, and he's helped me out since day one with like, graphics and concepts and everything. So I don't take any credit for any of that other than maybe presenting the idea. Hey, I was thinking about this, right? But yeah, you guys will see what we're about. And it's just like core local brand with a bunch of dudes that want to represent and are proud to represent their heritage and their community.
Oh yeah, that's mad respect for that. And then one last question: do you have any good advice to anybody who wants to start their own brand or upcoming skaters or anything like that?
Yeah, if you're gonna do something, do it for the right reasons. Like, do it because you love it. Do it because you believe in it. You have to learn patience because things don't always happen. Things don't happen overnight. Everything takes time. And yeah, most importantly, just enjoy the ride. Just have fun. That's it. Like, that's what skateboarding is about. I didn't start skateboarding to start a brand or be sponsored. None of that. That fell into place. And, I appreciate all those opportunities that I had and that, hopefully can continue to have as I move forward with my business and still skating. But I didn't start any of that for that. It was just because it was fun. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And I turned into this exaggerated skate rat. I would just 24 hours a day I was skating. There were days where I barely ate. I was just when I was young, mind you, I was just out skating.
Not now, right?
No, not now. Now I'm I'm going to eat first. But yeah, no, I would just always, I just would break night. That's what we called it. Just breaking night, just being out all night, living the skate life, just skate all day downtown Manhattan or in Queens and then work our way to the city. And then once it got dark, we'd work our way to Midtown Manhattan and just get kicked out of all the spots. But it would just be like a crew of us going from spot to spot to spot to spot, just hitting everything that we could. Next thing you know, the sun's coming out and we're like, oh shit. So it was just kind of that was how much we loved it, how much we wanted to do it, how much we enjoyed it. So that's my advice. Just have fun with it, and be patient.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that's true. I mean, what you said is 100% true. Because I remember when I was young, that age and stuff like that too, is that we just skated every single day. We had bikes and we had backpacks and put our boards between our backpacks and just cruising across town to go skate and have one of those big old dinosaur cameras, and just filming and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely 100% agree with you on that, and it's definitely true. Man. And one last thing. Do you have anything you want to say to Eran or anything like that from Israel?
Dude, man, one, I'm gonna come check you in Israel because I want to go out there now after I saw that. And two, that footage, if that's your throwaway, man, I can't wait to see your part, bro, because that was sick. That was dope. Yeah, man.
The next one.
Yeah, I know I will. If you say this is your throwaway, I know I'll love the next one. Because if that's your your banger clips, then yeah, man, you're doing it. That's for sure.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Well, guys, well, thanks for coming on. And this is it for TSM Live Show, Season 4, Episode 10. I'm your host, Tommie Zam. I want to thank all our sponsors for making Season 4 possible. Thank you to all our guests for coming on True Skateboard Mag Live Show. And tune in next month because it's the final season of season 4, and we got an epic one for you. But hey, you guys stick around because coming up is the track of Defari. You guys check it out?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Music's an addiction. It's a medicine prescribed for all of my afflictions. There's a code, there's encryption. There's a certain fellowship around the world, I'm a witness. So many people that are gifted. So many roll up and get splifted. I rock the heavy rhyme lifted. I got a godly mind infinite. I architect, pour oil in the bottleneck. Open the Chevy up and see how wide the throttle get. I need the word of Paul today, I'm on Ephesians. Cross the 7 seas, I've been seed for many seasons. Earth, wind, and fire, I got reasons to work by faith, overachieving. Leave a legacy based on elevation. Word to crime done, a simple demonstration. Leave a legacy based on elevation. The good brother Maul, simple elevation. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. Hey, not for real, how you feel? This is an echelon, higher than your tin pond sound. It's like the burner on a stove that was left on. You slept on Defari for decades. I lost no sleep, caused me no headaches. None. I never worry about who could fade this. None. I'm unique with a God-given cadence. Bless. Never touch the stage without proper payment. No. Lady of rage, California greatness. Rough and stuff with my locks tied up. I grew older, the well never dried up. Lyrics in abundance, a writer's writer, I'm honored. Seek and search the truth, in fact, Black Madonna. Tie the game up, that's the buzzer, go to overtime. 5th quarter action, that's for beast, overdrive. Used to take 17 songs to the face. Defari's the name, from God be the grace. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. Not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening. For real, not for real, how you feel? I say what's happening, what's happening, what's happening.
Carl, you got your stuff on mute right now.
That was awesome.